Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro by Mapper Forward, friends. Today on the podcast, that fabulous thing that you hear from people in business, it's not personally, it's just business. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about who says it, why they say it, and should we keep saying it? It doesn't just happen in the coffee industry, it happens everywhere. It's been happening a lot more since the pandemic. And I think it's time we look at it. I think it's time we consider if this idea of treating people different because it's business is an acceptable way to move in the world and to move in our industry. Our industry has a lot of changes that need to be made moving forward. We're in a very transitionary situation, and we are coming to a point where we're going to see even more businesses collapsing than unfortunately already have, which is a huge number. And that's going to come for a variety of reasons. This idea of treating people a certain way simply because it's business and not personal, knowing that the behaviour is going to essentially crush somebody, don't take it personal, it's just business, has fascinated me. I wonder why we do it. An example, somebody put out a lawsuit on me for the business, the trademark. They put that out there and made a comment to me and said that the whole situation was really quite vicious. It was unnecessary. There wasn't any kind of contentiousness from our side of things, but the person had a pit bull of a lawyer, in my opinion. And at the end of it, there was this, after this unnecessary, vicious, very, very costly experience, there was this idea of, hey, listen, I hope there's no hard feelings. It was business, not personal. I think you're awesome. And since that, and that happened over the last few years and was done with in 2020, I have been noticing many of my friends in business come to me saying, man, the pandemic seems to have turned everyone into an asshole. The pandemic seems to have given people permission to be ruthless and rude and just do things that they wouldn't normally do. And with the way things are heating up all over the world, with how difficult things are, it seems that people are turning on each other and treating each other a certain way and using business as an excuse to do that. What I would ask for us to ponder is, instead of that, why are we not treating each other in a way that looks to solve problems for both parties? And I wonder if that's because that's too hard. I wonder if it's because the easier way is to cut everybody else at the knees and you be the only hero that survives this. Doing that hasn't really got us to a place where our industry is thriving. It's got us to a place where the person who does survive survives until the next person that comes along, which is a taller poppy than they are, ends up cutting them at the knees. And then says to them, well, it's not personal, it's business. I think we can do better. I want us to do better. I want us to set a better example for the next generation of business owners. I want them not to have to constantly be looking over their backs at who's going to sue them or who's going to fuck them over by taking all their customers and by talking shit about them. And again, I hear some of you out there thinking, well, business is all about competition. Business is all about like the survival of the fittest. Does it have to be though? I'm all about success. I'm all about competition. But there's dirty competition, which is done by people who can't compete on an even playing field. And then there's competition that's noble, where people can compete on an even playing field and they don't have to destroy other people in order to get their success. That's what people who, whenever somebody says to you, it's not personal, it's just business, that's a red flag. Peace, love, and peanut butter, friends. Have an amazing rest of your day.